shooting has a lot of people around the country feeling a whole range of emotions.
So many repercussions from this. It doesn't matter whether you experienced it firsthand, whether you know somebody who did, or whether you are just watching this on the news. So we sent 7 News reporter Nicole Ford to dig into this to find out exactly how we all begin to cope with this kind of violence. Nicole, what'd you find out?
Well, Amy and Gordon, experts say it all starts with talking, whether it's about your feelings or what you saw. It can be with a professional or even just a friend. The key is to not leave anything left unsaid. Just days after the tragedy in Vegas, people are still working to pick up the pieces, including musician and Anderson native Rob Wansley.
The other night, I was out down towards the strip. I was on the other end of Las Vegas Boulevard. I didn't go towards the country concert outside the other night. I didn't go that close. I was about maybe a few lights and stuff down from that.
But last year, he attended that exact concert.
Kind of surreal for me because I've been watching so much stuff going on everywhere, even at home. You know, I've been so concerned about the storms and all those other type things happening somewhere else. And I got to telling somebody that, it's a wonder nothing really have happened in Vegas.
Today, he describes Vegas as a ghost town as people work to get over the shock of what happened Sunday night.
A traumatic event such as this can challenge people's beliefs about the world, that it's generally a safe place or that they have control over things that happen in their lives.
So how do people cope with what unfolded before them or around them, like in Wansley's case? Well, Dr. Heidi Zinzo says you need to talk about it. It doesn't always have to be professional help, but conversations help people make sense and overcome that initial numbness and shock. Then moving forward, the reminders of this day aren't always negative.
Remember 9/11, and the memorial that's erected there now really is something that is an ongoing reminder, not only of the trauma that one experienced, but also of how to heal, recover, how to memorialize, and have a positive legacy for people who lost their lives in that kind of incident.
And Dr. Zinzo says that it's important to highlight that only about 1/3 of the people who were exposed to the tragedy in Vegas will develop long-term effects like depression or substance abuse down the road, but that's still a very large number, so it is key to seek treatment. Live in Anderson, Nicole Ford, 7 News.
You know, so many of us have the kids around or nearby, or they somehow glean some information about tragedies like this or all the storms that happen. Did they have any specific advice about what we should be doing with our kids to handle this right?
Well, they said that it's important to try not to overexpose anyone, whether it's children or adults, to these tragedies. It's important to just get the facts, let them know the basics of what's happening, but don't overexpose them because it may be too much and they may then have long-term impacts.
All right, Nicole Ford, thank you.